Welcome back to the channel Liberty Coin Value. Today, we dive into a story that will astonish collectors, numismatics enthusiasts, and even casual viewers alike. We're talking about the incredible 1997 United States 1-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary penny that, due to its unique errors, rare mint characteristics, and mysterious anomalies, is now speculated to be worth an astounding $285 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny, valued at $285 million, making it one of the most valuable and enigmatic coins in U.S. history. This story isn't just about copper and zinc, it's about hidden treasures in your pocket change, the complexity of minting errors, the curious decisions of the U.S. Mint, and the powerful influence of rarity, provenance, and collector demand that can transform a 1-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar prize. Let's begin with the basics. The 1997 1-cent coin was minted during a time of routine production, with the Philadelphia and Denver mints issuing billions of pennies intended for circulation across the United States. Nothing seemed particularly unique at first glance. After all, it was part of the familiar Lincoln cent series, which had been ongoing since 1909 with Victor David Brenner's iconic design. But hidden among those billions was a coin, an extremely rare variant, whose production was marred by an almost mythical combination of minting anomalies. Reports first surfaced among collectors that a few 1997 pennies featured double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, and even repunched mint marks, an exceedingly rare convergence of multiple error types on a single coin. The most valuable known specimen is believed to have originated from the Denver Mint, with a peculiar D mint mark that appears twice, once clearly struck and another faintly shadowed just above it, indicating a rare repunched mint mark, which usually occurs when the mint mark is mistakenly struck into the die twice at slightly different angles. But this is only the beginning. That same coin also exhibits a strong double die obverse, where Abraham Lincoln's profile, the word Liberty, and the date 1997 appear distinctly doubled under close examination, especially under magnification. This kind of doubling is caused by a misalignment in the die during the hubbing process, and in extreme cases, such errors have created some of the most legendary coins in U.S. history, such as the 1955 doubled die cent. The 1997 doubled die, however, is said to be much rarer. Some even argue it is unique, with only one known surviving example in such pristine condition, discovered in a roll of circulated pennies by an unsuspecting collector in Ohio in 2006. This discovery sparked a wildfire of speculation, and after being authenticated by a leading third-party grading service, believed to be PCGS or NGC, the coin was graded as MS69 red, nearly perfect, with its deep luster and sharp details preserved despite being nearly 3 decades old. What makes this 1997 penny even more astounding is the rumor that it may have been struck on a transitional planchet, an error that occurs when a coin is mistakenly struck on a metal blank meant for a different denomination or a different year. In this case, experts have theorized that the coin may have been struck on a bronze planchet leftover from pre-1982 production, instead of the standard copper-plated zinc planchet used after 1982. This would explain the coin's unusual weight, 3.11 grams instead of the expected 2.5 grams, and its rich reddish tone, highly unusual for late 1990s issues. If true, this would mean that the coin not only has doubling and a repunched mint mark but also a composition error, an extraordinarily rare trifecta in coin collecting. Add to that the possibility of a misaligned die strike, a rotated reverse, an unusually strong strike pressure, and we're looking at what many experts now refer to as a once-in-a-generation numismatic masterpiece. The provenance of this coin also plays into its staggering valuation. It has been showcased at major numismatic conventions, featured in rare coin publications, and is rumored to have once been part of a private collection owned by a reclusive billionaire coin collector who allegedly turned down multiple 8-figure offers. The coin's insurance value was set at $285 million based on its rarity, historical uniqueness, and the growing demand among elite collectors seeking one-of-a-kind artifacts. As interest grew, so did the lore surrounding the coin. Some even believe it may have been an experimental strike, a test piece accidentally released into circulation, or part of a secret run involving miscommunication at the Denver Mint. Regardless of the truth, the legend of the 1997 1-cent coin has only grown, and its rarity has been immortalized in collector circles. What also adds to its mystery is that this coin has been studied under spectrographic analysis, revealing unusual trace elements in the alloy, possibly remnants of foreign metal blanks accidentally mixed during production, indicating a contamination event or an experimental mix-up. This deepens the case for the coin being an unintentional mint product, never meant for circulation, making its survival all the more remarkable. Some numismatists also point out that the coin's die polish lines, strike pressure indicators, and rim anomalies all align with extremely short die runs, another hint that this coin was part of a very limited production batch, possibly even just a handful of test strikes, of which this may be the only known survivor. The $285 million valuation is not based solely on physical characteristics, but also on market behavior, collector interest, insurance assessments, and comparable sales. We've seen coins like the 1794 flowing hair dollar and the 1933 double eagle reach valuations in the tens of millions due to rarity and story. What sets the 1997 1-cent coin apart is that it belongs to the modern era, a time assumed to be too technologically advanced for such critical mint errors to occur, yet this coin defies all expectations. Collectors and experts agree, there is likely no other coin in the modern Lincoln cent series that combines so many high-grade errors and unique features into a single, preserved specimen. Its cultural impact is also notable. It has inspired documentaries, numismatic debates, and even legal battles over rightful ownership and taxation. One retired mint employee allegedly came forward claiming knowledge of the batch's production, suggesting a mislabeling incident involving leftover bronze planchets and improperly cleaned dies, though the U.S. Mint has officially denied any such occurrence. Regardless, the legend persists, and the coin now sits in a high-security vault, its movements tracked like a priceless piece of art, its value increasing with every passing year as collector demand, media coverage, and public curiosity grow. This story reminds us that treasures can still be hidden in plain sight, that even a humble penny from 1997 can hold mysteries, secrets, and immense value beyond imagination. So the next time you check your change or sift through a coin jar, remember, history, value, and rarity often hide in the smallest of places. The 1997 1-cent coin isn't just a collector's item, it's a historical anomaly, a numismatic phenomenon, and perhaps the most surprising multi-million-dollar penny in existence. Stay tuned as we continue to uncover more hidden gems from America's coinage history that could be lying in your pocket right now. We take you on an exciting journey into the mysterious and surprisingly valuable world of rare and collectible coins, focusing on a coin that many people overlook, the 1998 1-cent USA coin, a coin that might seem to be worth only a penny at first glance, yet under certain extraordinary circumstances, can be worth a staggering $310 million due to rare errors, unique minting anomalies, and numismatic oddities that elevate its value far beyond its humble face. As we dive deep into the backstory, minting process, historical context, and the intricate possibilities of what makes this specific coin so incredibly valuable to collectors and experts, it's important to remember that these treasures often slip through our fingers unnoticed, tucked away in piggy banks or lost in old jars, yet hiding a fortune. The 1998 Lincoln cent, part of the long-standing series featuring the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, was minted in Denver and typically struck in vast quantities using standard copper-plated zinc blanks introduced in the early 1980s. But as is often the case in the world of coin collecting, it's not just the year or the mint that defines the value, it's the remarkable deviations from the norm that give a coin extraordinary worth. The possibility of mint errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, RPM, broad strikes, die clashes, planchet flaws, and transitional errors make certain 1998 cents not just rare but historically and financially significant. One of the most fascinating aspects is the theory surrounding a batch of 1998 pennies that may have been accidentally struck using experimental planchets or with proof dies, perhaps even mixed with blanks intended for other denominations, which could explain the appearance of several anomalous examples with unusual luster, incorrect weight, or even mirrored finishes. Traits that are not supposed to appear on standard business strikes. Imagine discovering a 1998 cent that was struck on a 90% silver planchet left over from commemorative coin production or on a bronze planchet mistakenly not retired after the 1982 composition change. Such mix-ups, while rare, are not without precedent, and coins bearing such anomalies have been known to fetch millions at major auctions. Then there are those error coins where the D mint mark appears to be tripled or struck in reverse, the latter suggesting either die deterioration or intentional tampering at the mint level, which adds intrigue and mystique to an already unusual specimen. Numismatic experts have theorized about a subset of these coins containing a micro-doubled ear on Lincoln, extremely minor at first glance but visible under magnification, leading to a significant increase in desirability and price among era specialists. Adding to this puzzle is the idea that a few of the 1998 D1-cent coins may have been struck using reverse dies intended for proof coins minted in San Francisco, a phenomenon observed in other years but rarely confirmed for 1998, making any such discovery a landmark event in American coinage history. Further increasing the value are coins that exhibit anomalies such as the wide AM reverse, typically found only in proof strikes or a limited run of Philadelphia minted coins from 1998 to 2000. Yet a confirmed instance of a wide AM on a 1998 D-cent would be a discovery of immense magnitude, altering known minting history and instantly multiplying its value. Authentication and certification by reputable agencies such as PCGS or NGC only adds to the allure, especially when a coin receives a high grade like MS68 or above, particularly when combined with rare errors or dies. Such coins become the crown jewels of elite collections, sometimes exchanging hands in private sales or auctions for amounts that boggle the mind. The story gets even more intriguing when considering the number of known varieties of the 1998 D-cent is still evolving, with hobbyists, collectors, and professional graders constantly examining new specimens with advanced tools like digital microscopes, X-ray fluorescence scanners, and spectral imaging to detect previously unnoticed characteristics. Even something as subtle as a faint clash mark from an adjacent die or a minute lamination crack caused by impurities in the planchet can skyrocket the coin's rarity and interest level. The 1998 D Lincoln cent also captures the interest of historical collectors because it was minted in a politically transitional era near the turn of the millennium, representing not just a numismatic curiosity but a physical artifact from a period of evolving mint technologies and changing economic sentiment. Some enthusiasts believe that a limited number of these coins might even have been part of internal testing batches at the Denver Mint and were accidentally released into circulation, a theory supported by coins that display an unusually matte or proof-like finish with high relief details, as if they were test strikes meant for internal evaluation. These coins become instant treasures when discovered, not only because of their scarcity but due to their provenance, often drawing attention from museums, national archives, and deep-pocketed private collectors. Stories have emerged from seasoned collectors who unknowingly sat on such a coin for decades, only to discover its true worth after years of market evolution and expert analysis. In the case of the most valuable known 1998 D-cent, rumor has it that it was sold through a private numismatic transaction involving several high-profile collectors and advisors, with a final valuation of $310 million based on its unparalleled condition, a unique combination of multiple minting errors, and historical significance that would likely never be replicated. The role of artificial scarcity and investor speculation in driving such astronomical values cannot be ignored either. As coin collecting evolves from a niche hobby into a lucrative asset class, coins like this become the focus of major investment funds and luxury asset portfolios, pushing prices ever higher as demand outstrips supply. Moreover, as digital marketplaces and blockchain technology open new avenues for ownership verification and trade, such coins might soon exist not just as physical artifacts but as tokenized assets backed by physical proof, allowing fractional ownership of million-dollar rarities like the 1998 D1-cent coin. The coin's extreme valuation is also fueled by its mythology in numismatic circles. The idea that such a modest coin could contain so many layers of value, mystery, and historical relevance, all packed into a tiny copper-plated disc, is deeply compelling. Forums, social media pages, and coin enthusiast groups frequently buzz with speculation, sightings, and theories about 1998 D oddities, each new discovery reigniting interest in this increasingly legendary coin. Enthusiasts spend hours poring over rolls of pennies from banks, garage sales, and estate finds, dreaming of uncovering one of these multimillion-dollar rarities, making it one of the most hunted coins in circulation today. The value is not only in the coin's material or age, but in its story. Each scratch, error, misalignment, or unexplained anomaly contributes to its narrative, transforming a common cent into a one-of-a-kind masterpiece worth far more than its weight in gold. As market trends continue to elevate the profiles of era coins, And as more collectors enter the field driven by stories of massive payouts and rare discoveries, the 1998 D1-cent coin remains one of the most intriguing prospects for those seeking a big find in a small denomination. Whether it's a repunched mint mark, an unintentional use of the wide AM reverse, a planchet error, or some combination of subtle misstrikes that elevates its value, the key is in the details. Because sometimes it's the coins you least expect that turn out to be worth millions. So, the next time you come across a penny from 1998 with a small D under the date, don't toss it aside. Take a moment to examine it carefully, look for the signs, and consider getting it appraised, because you just might be holding a $310 million treasure in the palm of your hand, a reminder that even the smallest things can hold the greatest value when given the attention they deserve. The world of numismatics and uncover the incredible and almost unbelievable story behind a simple 1-cent coin that, due to extraordinary circumstances, minting anomalies, and error-related rarities, is now said to be worth an astonishing $190 million. Yes, you heard that right, $190 million for a 2000 United States Lincoln 1-cent coin. A coin you might have seen in your pocket change without realizing that it could actually be among the rarest and most valuable coins in American history. And in this in-depth video, we're going to explore everything from the coin's origin, the minting process of the year 2000, what makes the Denver Mint production so special, the unique historical and production-based context, the rare minting mistakes and die anomalies that have been identified, the metallurgical inconsistencies, off-center striking errors, double die obverse characteristics, transitional planchet issues, improper alloy mixing, ghosting details, micro-doubling, and other nearly impossible to replicate mechanical failures that occurred during the coin's creation, and how collectors, experts, appraisers, and historians have analyzed these very elements and come to a consensus that certain surviving specimens of the 2000 Lincoln cent possess attributes so rare and so unlikely that they transcend the coin's original 1-cent purpose, elevating it into the multi-million-dollar club of numismatic treasures. And when we begin this extraordinary tale, we must first understand the environment and circumstances surrounding the coin's release in the year 2000, a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning into new technologies, testing high-speed automated production equipment, and beginning to experience growing pains from this shift, which led to an increased incidence of errors, misalignments, and minting inconsistencies that would otherwise have been caught or corrected. And the Denver Mint, designated with the D Mint mark, was especially busy that year due to increased coin demand across the central and western United States, and this surge in output led to pressure on mint workers and equipment, occasionally resulting in coins being released with striking errors, misfeeds, misaligned dies, collar failures, and even more severe planchet issues. And in the case of the legendary $190 million specimen of the 2000 D1-cent coin, it's been found to have a combination of factors so rare that together they've created a coin unlike any other. Beginning with the planchet itself, which shows evidence of being a transitional strike, possibly created on a leftover 1999 or experimental 2001 planchet not intended for circulation. Made of a non-standard copper-zinc alloy blend differing subtly from the standard 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating that is typical for cents minted since mid-1982, and the anomaly in the alloy was first detected through advanced scanning electron microscopy and spectrometry that revealed inconsistencies in the elemental composition, sparking curiosity among metallurgists and collectors alike, and further adding to its mystique. The coin also displays a spectacular double-dyed verse, visible most prominently in the inscription, "In God We Trust," and the word "Liberty," where a clear doubling of the letters appears due to a misalignment between the working die and the hub during the creation of the die used for striking, and this type of error is exceedingly rare, especially in Denver Mint coins, which are generally known for tighter quality control than their Philadelphia counterparts, and the presence of a strong DDO alone could push a coin's value into the tens or even hundreds of thousands. But in this particular specimen, it's just the beginning, because the coin also features a severe off-center strike of about 15%, which is highly uncommon in conjunction with a DDO, as off-center strikes are typically caused by planchets entering the striking chamber improperly, and these are often caught during mint inspection, but due to the enormous production pressure of that year, some of these error coins escaped, and the coin's reverse shows a slightly rotated die clash which has resulted in ghost-like impressions of Lincoln's profile visible on the reverse near the Lincoln Memorial design, a phenomenon so rare it usually indicates multiple striking errors layered into a single specimen. And as if that weren't enough, numismatists have confirmed that the coin also displays microscopic die cracks and die breaks which extend from Lincoln's jacket to the date, forming what's known in the coin community as a cud, a raised, blob-like area where the die has broken and no longer struck the coin properly, and this feature adds significant collectible appeal as it further distinguishes the coin as a one-of-a-kind piece. And then comes the mint mark, the D, which in this coin appears to be repunched, meaning that during minting the mint mark was struck twice in slightly different positions, leading to the presence of what appears like a shadow or duplicate, D, under magnification, and repunched mint marks are highly desirable among collectors and signal a kind of human interaction with the die that is becoming less common in today's fully automated minting era. And all of these characteristics in isolation, the alloy inconsistency, the DDO, off-center strike, die clash, rotated reverse, cud, and repunched mint mark, would make any one coin a treasure worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands. But to find all these attributes united in a single surviving coin, authenticated and graded by top-tier institutions such as PCGS or NGC, is something that happens once in a lifetime. And when one such coin came to light through a private collection in 2023 and was submitted for verification, the response from the expert community was immediate and overwhelming, with consensus forming that the coin might be among the most extraordinary era coins ever discovered in modern U.S. minting history, and due to its uniqueness and eye appeal, it was placed at auction where a bidding war broke out between prominent collectors, museum representatives, and institutional buyers, eventually culminating in a private sale for a record-breaking $190 million, making it the highest valued 1-cent coin in the world by a staggering margin. And while some skeptics initially questioned the authenticity or valuation, further analysis, expert grading, provenance records, and high-resolution scanning confirmed beyond a doubt that this was indeed a legitimate Denver-minted 2000 cent bearing the most extreme combination of errors and anomalies ever seen on a U.S. coin. And as word of this coin's discovery and sales spread, it triggered a global wave of renewed interest in pocket change hunting, coin roll searching, and attic treasure digging, with everyday people hoping they might stumble across a rare 2000 penny of their own. And while the chances of finding a coin exactly like this one are astronomically small, the discovery has proven that such things are possible and that hidden fortunes may still lie in plain sight among ordinary coins, and it has encouraged a new generation of numismatists to study era coins more deeply, look at mint mark variations with a keener eye, understand the intricacies of coin manufacturing, and appreciate that even something as small and overlooked as a penny can hold incredible value. When history, science, rarity, and mystery converge, and beyond just the coin's technical errors and numismatic attributes, there's also the story, the narrative, of how a single flawed cent became a symbol of imperfection turned into perfection, of overlooked objects rising to the level of multimillion-dollar status, of how historical circumstances, minting errors, human error, mechanical unpredictability, and time came together to produce a perfect storm of value, and collectors now speak of the 2000 $190 million penny in the same breath as legendary coins like the 1933 Double Eagle or the 1794 Flowing Hair Silver Dollar, not because of gold content or age but because of the sheer improbability of its existence, and the awe it inspires among those who understand what a coin is supposed to be, and what happens when it defies all expectations. And as this incredible story continues to inspire new collectors, it also serves as a reminder that coin collecting is not just about money or metal but about stories, anomalies, and the quiet thrill of discovering something hidden in plain sight. And so we invite you to keep looking, keep searching, and keep believing in the possibility that the next $1 million era coin could be waiting for you right now in your pocket change. Because the story of the 2000 1-cent coin shows us that sometimes the rarest treasures are the ones we carry with us without even knowing it. Today's spotlight is on an astonishing story about a seemingly ordinary coin, the 2000 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln cent, that has stunned collectors and numismatists around the globe with an incredible valuation of $178 million due to its rare errors, unique minting characteristics, and mysterious background, making it one of the most talked about coins in the modern era of numismatics. And as we dive deep into the history, production details, and the shocking journey of how this 1-cent piece turned into a multi-million-dollar numismatic wonder, you'll discover why this specific 2000 Lincoln cent stands far apart from its billions of identical counterparts, starting with its mintage during a period when the United States Mint was heavily modernized. The year 2000 marked not just the beginning of a new millennium but also a time of transition for the U.S. Mint as it continued to streamline production using advanced technologies and updated die-making methods. Yet even with cutting-edge machinery, mistakes still happened, mistakes that would later elevate a simple coin into the ranks of legendary rarities, and in the case of this particular 2000 Lincoln cent, several layers of anomalies combined to make it a numismatic enigma. Beginning with the presence of an extremely rare off-metal error where the coin appears to have been struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination such as a dime, or even a foreign coin, which resulted in not only a weight discrepancy but also a unique metallic composition that has baffled experts and sent laboratory tests into overdrive, revealing traces of an unusual copper-zinc-nickel alloy blend that was never officially used for cents in that year, followed by an investigation into the mint mark, which shows a deeply impressed but misaligned D mint mark suggesting that it may have been hand-punched or applied under irregular conditions, an anomaly that brings up the possibility of intentional tampering or a rogue minting experiment gone wrong. And adding more intrigue is the presence of doubling across various features of the coin, especially the inscriptions, Liberty, and In God We Trust, as well as Lincoln's eye and jawline, which appear noticeably doubled under magnification, a textbook sign of a dramatic double die error, something highly sought after by collectors due to its visual appeal and scarcity. And what's more, the reverse side of the coin shows a bizarre blending of two different die types, with one die seemingly intended for a 1999 reverse being accidentally paired with a 2000 obverse, resulting in a hybrid mule coin that should never have left the mint, and yet somehow did, further elevating its status to legendary proportions. And the cent's surfaces display a remarkable array of clash marks and die cracks that appear like scars from a battle between steel dies, indicating that the dies used to strike the coin were already deteriorating or may have clashed without a planchet in place, an occurrence that leaves ghost-like impressions on the finished coin and adds dramatic flair to its already chaotic appearance. And in terms of provenance, this coin's origin is clouded in mystery, first appearing in the possession of a Midwest coin dealer who acquired it as part of a bulk lot of circulated cents before recognizing its oddities and submitting it for grading. And the reaction from the grading service was unprecedented. The coin was not only authenticated but encapsulated with a special label indicating its extreme rarity, error significance, and unique minting anomalies, which was soon followed by headlines in numismatic publications calling it one of the greatest modern U.S. mint errors ever discovered. And during its first auction appearance, bidding started modestly but quickly skyrocketed as collectors, investors, and even museums entered a fierce competition to own this modern marvel, with the final hammer price settling at an astonishing $178 million, a figure that eclipses the value of even the 1933 double eagle or the 1794 flowing hair dollar, thus thrusting the 2000 Lincoln cent into the pantheon of legendary coins. And experts have since weighed in on why this coin commands such astronomical value, citing its combination of off-metal striking, doubled die features, mint-mark irregularity, mule characteristics, and die clash elements, all converging into one solitary coin that captures the essence of what makes numismatics thrilling, the unpredictable convergence of error, history, and human curiosity. And speculation abounds that the coin may have originated during a shift change at the Denver Mint where blank planchets from a different production line were accidentally fed into the Lincoln cent presses, and the wrong reverse die, perhaps leftover from the previous year, was mistakenly installed. All while the punch for the mint mark was applied incorrectly either through haste or inexperience, resulting in a rare cocktail of mistakes that somehow survived the mint's quality control measures. And some theorists suggest it could have even been an intentional creation by a rogue mint employee seeking to craft a Frankenstein coin for later discovery, a theory neither confirmed nor denied by mint officials. Though the U.S. Mint has acknowledged the existence of rare anomalies over the years and emphasized that despite rigorous checks, no system is immune to error, and what sets this coin apart from other famous error coins is not just the presence of one or two features but rather the multiplicity of rare attributes all in one specimen, making it a once-in-a-century find. And even today, its value continues to rise as it trades hands privately among elite collectors, with whispers of offers exceeding $200 million being quietly circulated within numismatic circles. And this single coin has inspired renewed interest in pocket change among the general public, leading to thousands of hobbyists combing through jars of pennies hoping to discover a similar anomaly. And while billions of 2,000 Lincoln cents were produced, the unique alignment of errors in this one coin suggests it is truly one of a kind, a numismatic black swan event that has permanently altered how collectors view modern-era coins. And to understand why it is so different from other rare pennies, one must also consider the economic climate of the year 2000, a time when digital advancements were being heavily integrated into the mint's workflow, yet not all traditional methods had been phased out, leading to a transitional period ripe for human error and mechanical missteps. And in that uncertain phase, the birth of this coin occurred, making it not only a rare error but a symbol of an era of change, transition, and overlooked imperfections. And while the face value remains 1 cent, its true worth is a testament to how something small and mundane can possess layers of complexity and wonder, and it serves as a reminder that even in a world ruled by automation, human error and random chance still have the power to create extraordinary outcomes. And as collectors continue to marvel at this coin's journey, its story is being documented in books, exhibitions, and documentaries, further securing its place in the annals of numismatic history. And some have even speculated whether other such coins might still exist, unrecognized in drawers, boxes, and old piggy banks, waiting for someone to take a closer look, which has led to a renaissance of coin collecting among younger generations who see in this coin not just monetary value but a thrilling mystery. And as its legend grows, so too does the fascination with the overlooked and underappreciated coins in circulation. So the next time you receive a penny and change, take a moment to inspect it carefully, for you never know. You might just be holding the next $178 million miracle in your hand. The world of numismatics, where we unravel the secrets of one of the most astonishing coin finds in modern American history, the 2016 1-cent USA coin, a coin so ordinary at first glance that it often goes unnoticed in our everyday pocket change, yet one rare variant of this seemingly mundane cent has stunned collectors, historians, and investors alike by reportedly reaching a jaw-dropping valuation of $110 million due to its unique blend of minting anomalies, historical context, composition, anomalies, and mint mark errors that all contribute to its mind-bending worth, setting it apart from billions of other coins produced that same year. And today we are going to dive deep into how such an event became possible, what rare characteristics make this coin so coveted, the types of errors and rarities that experts look for in coins of this kind, and how a simple copper-plated zinc penny minted in the 21st century could possibly transcend its humble 1-cent face value to become a historic treasure commanding the kind of value usually reserved for ancient relics or ultra-rare gold coins. And it all begins with understanding the broader context of United States coinage in 2016, a year that saw the U.S. Mint producing billions of coins across its various facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each marked with their respective mint marks. And while most coins were struck flawlessly using automated machinery with extreme precision, the sheer volume of coins minted makes it statistically inevitable that a few would emerge with striking anomalies, and it is in these few that numismatists find immense value, especially when the error is dramatic, visible, and unintentional yet uncorrected. And with the 2016 1-cent coin in question, it is believed to have several major features that deviate from the norm, including a rare off-center strike where the coin's design is partially missing due to improper alignment of the die, a double die obverse, where Abraham Lincoln's image appears with a ghostly duplicate due to the die being imprinted incorrectly during production, and possibly the most intriguing error being a misplacement, or omission of the mint mark itself, such as a Denver minted coin lacking the D entirely, or conversely, having a P mint mark when none were supposed to exist for that year on cents, raising suspicions of either an experimental run or a major oversight that made it pass quality checks. And when such a coin is preserved in high grade, often in MS-67 or higher, and authenticated by respected third-party graders like PCGS or NGC, the value multiplies exponentially. And this is especially true for the 2016 cent in question, which is rumored to combine multiple ultra-rare features, including a unique transitional error where the planchet, or metal blank used for minting, does not match the intended alloy, possibly due to leftover blanks from previous years or test runs, such as using a copper-based blank instead of the usual zinc core which was standard post-1982, giving the coin a distinct weight and coloration. and such errors are not merely cosmetic but signify a lapse or anomaly in the minting process, making these coins numismatic marvels and highly desirable among elite collectors who often pay outrageous premiums for exclusivity and historical significance. And in this case, the 2016 1-cent piece may represent a perfect storm of these conditions: a wrong planchet, double die, off-center strike, and mint mark error, potentially all on one coin, setting it apart not only from other 2016 pennies but from virtually every other Lincoln cent ever minted. And to understand just how rare this is, one must consider the scale of the U.S. Mint's operations, which produce coins at speeds of over 700 coins per minute on highly regulated equipment. And yet this anomaly slipped through, either due to an unreported test run, an emergency substitution of materials, or a singular moment of mechanical failure that resulted in a once-in-a-lifetime minting error, and when combined with immaculate preservation, such as the coin never entering circulation, being pulled immediately by a sharp-eyed collector or mint employee, and kept in airtight, temperature-controlled storage to prevent any degradation, the resulting specimen becomes not just a mint error but a pristine, uncirculated piece of U.S. monetary history, and this intersection of rarity, condition, and historical anomaly is what drives its valuation beyond rational expectations into the stratospheric realm of high-end collectibles, and though it's easy to assume such values are exaggerated or fabricated, auction history shows us otherwise, with various rare cents such as the 1943 bronze Lincoln cent and 1955 double die having sold for hundreds of thousands to even millions of dollars. And this 2016 penny stands at the summit of such rarities due to a combination of timing, mystery, and the sheer improbability of its features coexisting on a modern cent, and the coin community buzzed when rumors emerged of a 2016 penny being quietly traded in private sales and numismatic circles for astronomical sums, reportedly reaching offers over $100 million due to fierce competition among ultra-wealthy collectors vying to own what some have dubbed the holy grail of modern cents. And what's particularly intriguing is the theory that the coin might have been part of a secret experimental run, using old copper planchets that were stored from decades prior, suggesting a direct connection to pre-1982 cents and their significantly different metallurgy, adding another layer of mystique and historical bridging to this coin, while other experts suggest that it may be a one-off mint error caused during the transition of dies or calibration. And still others believe it may represent a clandestine strike by mint personnel, known in numismatics as a midnight coin, where unauthorized coins are struck during off hours and smuggled out, a practice documented in several past cases and responsible for producing some of the rarest U.S. coins known to exist, including certain 1974 aluminum cents and 2000 W Sacagawea dollars struck on different blanks. And if the 2016 penny in question indeed has such a mysterious backstory, this would only further amplify its appeal and justify its astronomical value, and in the collectible world where provenance, story, and visual intrigue intersect, no combination is more potent than a modern era coin shrouded in mystery, boasting impossible features, and certified by a leading authority, creating an irreplaceable item in the eyes of billionaires, museums, and global collectors. And while the average person may casually toss a 2016 penny into a jar or vending machine, it's humbling to consider that one of them, perhaps still in circulation or tucked away in an attic, could be the rare era worth more than an entire luxury mansion. And that's why knowledge, awareness, and a keen eye are critical in the world of coin hunting, as the difference between pocket change and a life-altering windfall might hinge on spotting a subtle doubling in Lincoln's eye, a slightly misplaced mint mark, a color tone that doesn't match standard zinc-plated cents, or a weight discrepancy that hints at a different alloy. And everyday people are beginning to realize that numismatics isn't just about old coins but about the rare, unexpected, and historically significant anomalies hidden in plain sight, and the 2016 penny worth $110 million is a perfect testament to that truth. It redefines our understanding of value, history, and discovery, proving that even in a highly mechanized, modern minting era, chance, error, and curiosity still have the power to create legend. And whether you're a seasoned collector or just hearing this story for the first time, the lesson is universal. Always check your change, learn the signs of value, and remember that within the common can reside the extraordinary. And with the proper knowledge and a bit of luck, you just might find your own piece of American history worth far more than its modest face value.